What is up, everyone? It's Austin, and we are back with another episode of my $10 PlayStation Collection series. We started off with a $10 bill, went to game stores, pawn shops, thrift stores, looking for items that we could flip, and then we used that flipped profit to buy and build a giant PlayStation collection. To start off this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about a specific PlayStation console, and that's going to be the PlayStation 3. Unfortunately, I did not grow up owning one of these consoles. I was a huge Xbox 360 person, but there were a lot of games that released on both platforms, and I want to spend some time talking to you guys about some great single player games. They made a lot of single player game trilogies. I just want to go over some of my favorites from these trilogies that released during this era. I guess before I get started, what are some of your favorite game trilogies that released during this era, whether it be on PlayStation 3 or the Xbox 360? These aren't my absolute favorite games, but just some that I wanted to give a shout out to and talk about, because I feel like I don't talk about these games enough. One of my favorite trilogies during this era was the Assassin's Creed trilogy, specifically Ezio's story. My favorite Assassin's Creed game was Part 2, and this is actually the first game that I played. I still have not played through Assassin's Creed 1 for some reason, but I absolutely loved Ezio's story. I feel like these games did such a great job immersing you into this era and setting of the games, and just following the story of Ezio with his love interest, with the deaths of his family, and him starting and becoming an assassin. This game had such a huge impact on me during this era, and was really happy to start with this game in the series. The next trilogy I wanted to talk about is the Batman Arkham games, and specifically Arkham City was my favorite out of the series because it introduced that open worldness of the game. I feel like this game was definitely ahead of its time. I would love to see like a remaster on newer graphics and newer engines. But the game was also very beautiful for its time. I love the Batman story and the villains. Those are definitely the highlights of the game, along with the combat. I mean, it was just so smooth and fluid. And then the last series I want to talk about was the BioShock series. Although BioShock 1 is probably still my favorite, I still want to give some love and a big shout out to BioShock 2. I feel like this one is very underappreciated. You get to play the story as a Big Daddy and work alongside the little sisters gathering Adam. It's pretty much more of being able to explore the city of Rapture, going through all the horror elements, an amazing first-person shooter, and they also had a multiplayer aspect to the game too, which I actually put a good amount of hours in back in the days. I really do miss the BioShock franchise and would love to see a return eventually. BioShock 3 was also an amazing game, being able to explore a city in the skies. But yeah, I guess what are your favorite trilogies from this PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era? Back to this collection, we've been doing such a great job each and every week finding games to flip and also add to our collection, and we're looking to do the same for this one. Here at the Game Showcase, and we just made 3 sales. They're going to be down here. We got Days Gone. This one sold for $17.50. Picked it up for around $5. The second item is going to be this Head Coach game, surprisingly. Sold for $15.50. Missing a manual. Didn't do as good as I expected. And then the last game is this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This one sold for $26.50. Also picked this one up for around $5. Let's go ahead and get these 3 packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. This week, we're stopping at this Pawnworks store, and I love checking out this clearance rack of games where they have $5 games and it's buy one, get one free. We got Call of Duty World War II, and would love to start picking up a lot of these games for cheap because I can bundle them up. Also a copy of Fallout 4. But other than that, they didn't really have much but sports titles, so gonna pass up on most of this. Then we're going to look at their Xbox One section, and they had a better selection for sure. We got Deus Ex Mankind Sealed. I think some of these have been here for a while now. Rise, Son of Rome, a great launch game. We got Ark as well. I don't think any of these games really held too much value, so I think we're just going to pass up on these. Not really looking to collect any of them. Then down here in the PlayStation 3 section, I found Fight Night Round 4, which is a very interesting one. I would love to just pick this up and add to the collection. Other than that though, a lot more shovelware games. I did spot this Call of Duty Black Ops along with an NCAA Football 10. On the bottom row they had Xbox original games along with some PS2 games. Only thing interesting was this Namco Museum, and then also Tetris Worlds. Now we're looking at the glass case, and this store tends to give me great deals if I do pick up a couple games, so I had that in mind. Taking a look at the PS5 and PS4 section, and I think I'm just going to be picking up some games that I've never seen before, ones that are cheaper and look interesting. PS2 section had some great games as well, but I don't think I ended up grabbing any of them. And then I actually did find some cheaper Switch games, which I will be showing you guys later on. We're back in the car, guys, and came away with a good amount of items. Found 2 games at that 2 for $5 rack, and then in the case they just had a bunch of games spread out all around like price charting value. I asked for a deal and they're really nice with giving deals, so I guess what I did, and I guess a tip that I can give you guys, is I just asked for $10 games, and if I could get a deal on that. I bundled like 3 of them up together and asked if I can get them for $20, so saved a little bit of money. I'd say it was definitely worth it. But we picked up this flashback game on the Nintendo Switch. I had never seen it before. We got these for around $6 or $7 a piece. And then we got this Arcania game, which I also had never seen before. It is a complete tale or series or something like that. You guys let me know if this is a good one. And then we also got this God of War collection, which I'm debating on if I should keep or not. I would like just the PlayStation 2 versions, but we'll see what we do with that. They also did just give me this copy of Witcher, this European version, for $5. They had it marked at 10. It is the Game of the Year edition. And then we got these 2 again for $5 a piece. This week we're checking out a half-price bookstore, and this location in particular has a good selection of games, and the prices aren't terribly bad. I'm seeing this Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2 for $20 right there too. And they also have this Twisted Metal for $65, which is way too high. I am still searching for that one. Seen some nice Vita games. I did not know Attack on Titan released on the Vita. Over here though, we got the Wii and the PlayStation 2 games, and I already found some decent stuff that I'm going to be grabbing. The first thing is right here. I got a copy of Wii Sports for $9.99. That's an amazing price. Seems to come with the manual as well. I think this thing is selling for around $30 to $35, so it should be able to at least double up when we pick this one up. A couple of other games as well. And then moving down here, we got 2 Switch games. This one's only $9.49. PlayStation 1 games like Spider-Man for $28 and this Star Wars, $15. They've got some awesome PS2 games here as well. They even got Budokai 3 for $18. I think I already have Budokai 1. I could possibly just grab the other 2. I wouldn't mind doing that. But I was interested in a game down here. I can't believe they have this one. Twisted Metal Black for $8.99. Unfortunately missing the manual, which kind of sucks, but like this is such a great price for this one, and I rarely see this one out. So this is going to be an easy pickup for sure. Got a glass case over here with some PlayStation games. Oh wow, Bloody Roar 3. That's one I don't see too often. For $40.
Got a copy of Blur here too. And then got some more down here. Swap Force is 125 now. I really didn't see too much else in the PS4, PS5 sections. Dragon Quest Builders for 10. This is one that I've always wanted to try out. Look at these PS5 games. $10 for this Unbound. I feel like that's not bad. These are all pretty cheap too. Dead Man's Chest. I don't actually have this one yet. I only have like Black Pearl. Here at the Game Showcase, we got 2 sales, and the first game is going to be this Modern Warfare 2. We sold the second copy, and this one sold for $26.50, so still a very desirable game. Picked it up for around $5 at a pawn shop, and then the second game we sold is going to be this Forza Horizon 2. We sold this one for $34. Picked it up for around $5 or $6, so should be getting a good amount back for this. Let's go ahead and get these 2 packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. For this week, GameStop was having their 4 for $10 and 4 for $20 deals. So if we're finding games for under $10 and under $5, we can get some great deals on them. Looking over the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 section first, they actually did have some really cheap PlayStation 5 games, and I did pick up a good handful of them. Callisto Protocol, I think I've gotten this game so many times in the past, gonna pass on that one. College Football for $4.99. We would be getting those for probably around $2 or $3 if we did get 4 of them. Found a copy of Dragon Age Veilguard for $10. I actually passed on that, but maybe I should have grabbed it. They did have a couple of games down here. First one I saw was this Outriders for $4.99. I mean, if we can get some PS5 games for like $2 or $3, it would be great just to add to the collection. Who knows if these games will go up in value ever though. And then I did see this Tribes of Midgard game, which I've heard great things about, and decided to pick it up as well. Now we're looking into the retro section, and they always have a great selection of PS Vita games. Always have to dig through this. In the PS2 section, I didn't see too much. Maybe some of these NCAA football games could hold some value, but probably not. And then over here, I found a copy of Devil May Cry 1 for $9.99. I think we'll add this to our 4 for $20 deal. Then we would be getting this for only $5. But didn't see much else. Let's take a look at the PS3 section and see if we can find any games for under $10. Got a Fallout and an Oblivion Game of the Year editions, which are always nice to see. Midnight Club Los Angeles, I debated on grabbing this one too. I do see this one pretty often though. And then we got a couple copies of Little Big Planet, which I think I will be picking one of these up. This is like a special edition too, so not sure if that matters much, but at $9.99 we'll be able to get that for half off. A couple of $9.99 games down here as well, but the one game I wanted was this Spyro's Adventure Skylander game for $4.99. This game actually does value for around $15 to $20. Just made our way back to the car, and yeah, really nice stop. Picked up 8 games for this visit and paid around $25. I had my $5 monthly coupon to use. Actually picked up a DS game. I haven't been building up my 3DS collection, but for around like $2.50, definitely had to grab it. We actually got a copy of Devil May Cry for really cheap. complete as well, good condition. Decided to grab some other stuff to get 4 games at around $10. This game actually holds a little bit of value, which is cool. Neo, a couple PS5 games as well for really cheap. I mean, you can't pass these up when you're getting them for under $3. Made our way out here to a Maxit pawn shop, and this one I tend to find some decent items. They said that PS4 games are going to be $7 a piece, and then PS3 and PS2 are like $3 or $4. So I guess we'll check over here first. 7 isn't the lowest, but got a Dark Souls 3 here. I think these all go for around like, I don't know, 15-ish, so may not be worth it. Here's a Call of Duty Ghost, which I don't think holds any value on the Xbox. We'll have to check that out. We got a Vanguard, which I actually don't see this one too often. Moving on over here, and I don't think I saw anything in the PS3 section. A lot of shovelware titles. Anything good here? But over here, I did spot something really great. And it's gonna be right here, this Persona 5 Steelbook. If this is $7, yeah, it's a huge win. This is be a great one to add to my collection. Maybe even along with this Disgaea 5, which I don't know too much about this series, or if this is a good one or not. We'll hang on to it. Some pretty dirty Xbox 360 games. Nothing too special in the Wii section either. Got a Cars 2 here.
We're back in the game room, and that wraps up the game hunting for this week. Let's go over all our pickups. Starting off at that Pawnworks store, and we got a really good deal, picked up a lot of games. First one's gonna be a Nintendo Switch game called Flashback. Not sure what this is. It looks like some kind of 2D platformer or Metroidvania, but we got it for under $10, probably around like $6 or $7. Next we got Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. This is a Peggy 18 version and a Game of the Year edition. And we got this one for around $7 or $8. I think it is still compatible with the US version. It's region free and comes with all the DLC. Next, we got 2 games for $5 total. Fight Night Round 4. This one just looked really cool. I don't play a lot of Fight Night games, but it's got Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson on the cover. Not sure how much value it holds, but yeah, just a nice one to add to the collection. Along with World War II, Call of Duty. Gonna be picking up a bunch of these and trying to bundle them up on eBay, see how well that does. We do already have a good variety of Call of Duty games on the PS4 in our collection. Then we got a big score with this God of War collection. I believe we got this for under $10. It's God of War 1 and 2, which we're also looking for the PlayStation 2 versions. I would much rather have those complete in the box than just this collection, so we're not going to be tailing anything up on our whiteboard, but yeah, really nice HD remakes of these. Then we got a copy of Arcania, the complete tale, one that I had never seen or heard before, but it's a 2010 third-person RPG game. It's definitely a game that looks like it's from that era, regarded as one of the worst RPGs. I think it's because it's on a lower budget, and the graphics actually look pretty decent. It's just the story and probably the gameplay, the voice acting, all are terrible. Very generic game for sure. Then we went to a half-price bookstore and picked up 3 items, some decent items for sure. We got Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest on PSP. Big fan of the movies, really enjoyed this one, but I'd never played the games before. Not sure how well they play, but every time I do find them, I do try to pick them up. Got a copy of Wii Sports Complete with the manual And this one for $10 was a huge steal. I think it does still value for around 30 to 35 bucks. And then we also picked up Twisted Metal Black, our first Twisted Metal game to add to our collection. This is actually the first game that released on the PlayStation 2, and it definitely took advantage of that PS2 hardware. The game runs amazing, 60 frames per second. It's your vehicular combat style game, a bit darker toned, with some dark humor, but overall still an excellent game. We went to a GameStop and took advantage of their 4 for $10 and 4 for $20 deal. Picked up a ton of games for around $25 total. I actually picked up this Big Hero 6 on the Nintendo 3DS for around like $2 to $3, and just to add to my 3DS collection. I was looking for more games, but just couldn't find anything worth grabbing. Then we got Little Big Planet 2. And I'm not gonna be going for all the Little Big Planet games. I feel like I find these games so often, but I've only played one game, and it was on the PlayStation Vita. I think if you play one of these, you've played them all. I didn't grow up with the PlayStation 3, but if I did, I would definitely be more interested in these games. Next, we got Skylander, Spyro's Adventure, and this one actually does hold some value. Goes for like 15 to 20 bucks. And then we got Neo 2, and of course, GameStop strikes again. They did not include the disc in here. And I bought this probably a week or two ago, so I don't even know if it's worth trying to go back to GameStop and asking for the disc. I got this for around like $5-ish, so it's probably not even worth my time to do that. Then we got some PlayStation 5 games. The Summer Games, some kind of Olympic themed game, but a very generic game for sure. Got it for around like $2 to $3. Along with this Outriders, developed by Square Enix. I believe this is like a third-person run-and-gun game. It was really cheap, so just decided to pick it up and add it to the collection. We got Tribes of Midgard, and I've heard some great things about this game. It's actually a multiplayer survival game, so it's got some nice graphics and design, and will be one that I would love to check out. Lastly, we got Devil May Cry 1 on the PlayStation 2, and I actually did not play the first 3 games. Developed by Capcom, so it does have like the Resident Evil elements to it, but a lot more action-packed. Play as Dante and go through this devil and demons story. And then for our last stop, we went to a Pawnworks store, picked up 3 items and some great ones. We got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, one of my favorite games, and this one is sealed, so we're not going to be adding this to the collection. We'll be flipping this one. I think we got this one for around 15 bucks. Picked up a copy of Disgaea 5, and they've made a good amount of these games. I did try out one of these games, and just not a big fan of turn-based tactical games. I still haven't clicked with those style of games yet. But yeah, I'd say these are pretty popular ones. And then lastly, we finally got a copy of Persona 5, the Steelbook Edition. I have not played this game. I'm currently playing through Persona 3 Reloaded, and can definitely see the appeal in these games. It's got amazing storylines along with some great turn-based combat. Pretty much during the day, you're a high school student attending classes, doing courses and creating friendships. And then at night, you actually enter dungeons and palaces where you fight off enemies and villains with evil hearts. So a really nice concept. It does take place in the Tokyo area too, which they did a great recreation of that. And yeah, that's all our pickups for this week. We do get to add 1 tally to the Twisted Metal series. Hopefully we can find more as we go along, but I feel like Twisted Metal 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the PlayStation 1 are going to be the most difficult ones to find. But that's all I got for this week. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one.